One morning, 50 million people opened their phones and their favorite green owl was dead. Eyes crossed out, tongue hanging, gone. And within the 48 hours, internet has lost its mind. 144 million views on X, 558,000 likes on TikTok. Dua Lipa was tweeting about it. News covered it. NPR ran a story. And even John Oliver talked about it. And here is the part that will blow your mind. Duolingo didn't spend a single dollar on a Super Bowl ad to make this happen. They spent zero. While other brands were dropping $8 million for a 30-second ad, Duolingo faked their mascot's death and broke the internet for free. So what's the real lesson here? Stay with me, because this story gets darker before it gets even better. Duolingo was born in 2011 inside a university lab. A professor named Louis Wan, the same guy who invented CAPTCHA, had one goal: make language learning free for everyone on earth. That's it. No crazy marketing plan, just a green owl and a dream. Fast forward to 2020. The app had millions of users, but their social media, boring, corporate, dead. Then they hired a 24-year-old recent college graduate named Zaria Pervez as their social media manager. Zaria didn't come from a marketing background. She approached TikTok as a normal user, not as a brand. And that was the entire secret. She convinced leadership to let Duo, the owl, do the unhinged thing. Dance on desks, obsessed over Dua Lipa, threaten users who skipped their lessons. And it worked. Their TikTok went from irrelevant to nearly 17 million followers. Monthly active users tripled from 40 million to 116 million. All because one young woman was brave enough to make a brand act like a real person. Now here's when it gets absolutely wild. February 2025, 2 days after the Super Bowl, when every brand was broke buying airtime, Duolingo CEO walked in a meeting and said 3 words that changed everything. That was his brief to the team. Not make it strategic, make it weirder. So they killed Duo. Just kill him. Posted a black memorial card on every social media platform. No explanation, no warning, just the Duo is dead. The internet did exactly what Duo hoped. People panicked. People made tribute videos. People cried, actually cried, over a cartoon owl. And then Duolingo posted that Duo had been hit by a Tesla Cybertruck and asked people to post leads on TikTok. That one post got 25.5 million views on TikTok. A post about a fake owl's murder. Here's the real genius though. They tied the resurrection to the actual app behavior. Complete your language lessons to bring Duo back to life. Users generated over 50 billion points trying to save the owl. Let me say that again. Yes, 50 billion. They didn't just go viral. They drove the single best quality growth in Duolingo's 14-year history. Q1 2025 was their best quarter ever. All from a fake death. But here is the part of story nobody talks about. 3 months after the greatest marketing campaign of 2025, Duolingo self-destructed, and they did it in the most iconic way possible. On May 17, 2025, Duolingo announced that they were going AI first. The CEO said that they would stop using contractors for any work that AI could handle. The internet, the same internet that mourned over the death of the fake owl, turned on them overnight. Comments flooded in. One reply on a normal TikTok post over said, "Mama, may I have the real people running the company?" And it got 69,000 likes. Duolingo lost over 400,000 followers on TikTok in weeks. So what did they do? They wiped their entire social media, deleted everything, gone. The brand that builds its entire empire on humans' correction, on authenticity, on making people feel better, announced that it was replacing human. And the audience felt every bit of it. By early 2026, Duolingo stock had roughly fell down 80% by its peak in 2025. So what's the real lesson inside this wild story? Because there are actually 3 of them, and they apply whether you have a $7 billion company or you are just building something from the countertop of your kitchen or from your garage. Duolingo proved that a brand that makes you feel something is way over than the brand that tells you something. They didn't sell you on language. They made you care about that green O. When you care, you engage. And when you engage, you buy. That's the sequence. Feel first, think second, and buy third. People love Duolingo because they felt like it was made by real quirky humans that got it. The moment they announced that AI was replacing these humans, the trust collapsed. Your values are not a marketing strategy. They are your entire brand. The moment you abandon them for your efficiency, you lose everything. The death of Duolingo almost cost nothing to execute. 3 business days, a small team, 0 ad spend. But it required one thing that money cannot buy: the courage to be weird while everyone around you is playing safe. That one decision generated over 1 billion organic views. Tell me honestly, do you have Duolingo installed on your phone when Duo died? Drop a yes or no in the comments right now. I want to know how many of you were part of that moment. And if you are building a brand, a business, or even your presence online, screenshot this one thing. The brands winning in 2026 are not the loudest. They are the most human. Be human first. The algorithm will reward the rest. If this gave you something to think about, share this with someone who is building something. They need to hear this story, and I'll see you in the next one.